Our MVL reporter Glenn Janos recaps the 2010 season.
Last season was a two-team race in the MVL, with Tri-Valley and Sheridan running through the league. Two squads squared off in Week 8 to decide the league title. The Generals would prevail in that game with a 42-14 victory. Both squads would make the playoffs but would fall in the second round. Behind the Generals and the Scotties were the Philo Electrics, who finished with a 6-4 record under first-year head coach Dirk Lincecum. That record marked Philo's first winning season since the 2000 campaign. John Glenn and Crooksville finished with 5-3 records in the league. The Ceramics started the season strong, winning their first 5 games, but faded down the home stretch, losing 4 of their last 5. Maysville ended their season on a 2-game winning streak to claim the 5-5 record. Morgan ended a 19-game losing streak when they defeated New Lexington in Week 7 and would finish at 2-8. New Lexington and West Muskingum rounded out the bottom of the MVL standings.
Well, you heard him, now you see him. Glenn Janos joining us at the desk now. Glenn, make no mistake about it, Sheridan dominated the MVL last season, but will they make it more of the same this year?
Well, it's definitely going to be difficult for them because last year they lost a lot of players to graduation, so they're going to have to be replacing a lot of people. They only have 2 returning starters on offense, just 4 on defense. But one player I think is going to have an immediate impact, Mitchell Fouch. He's going to be the main running back this year. Last year he wasn't a starter, but he did get significant amounts of playing time. And then at the quarterback position, Drew Murray's going to be taking over for C.J. Myers. And Blake, as we know, last year Myers was one of our Player of the Year candidates.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see how that works out for him. What helps, though, is he's got a stable wide receiver in Jacob Horsley. Horsley's a 3-year starter, so he's been there before. He's got the experience, and that always helps a new quarterback. But one thing that Coach Paul Culver mentioned that's going to be a little concerning is they have a lot of two-way players. He said they're really working to build up the stamina of the players so they can be out there longer and not have to worry about any fatigue issues. That way they can stay effective.
Okay, well, it sounds like Sheridan might be ripe for a takedown this year. Who do you think's the team to beat then in the MVL?
Well, I think it's Tri-Valley. Tri-Valley, they're returning a lot of players. It's kind of the opposite of Sheridan. Sheridan lost a lot. Tri-Valley's bringing a lot back. And starting at quarterback is Nathan Strzok. Last year he threw for almost 2,000 yards. Running back Austin Jones ran for over 1,000 yards. And the good thing is they were only sophomores last year. So they're going to be juniors this year, bringing back more experience. Expect them to have another strong season. But one thing that Coach Justin Buttermore mentions a little concerning is the lack of depth on the offensive and defensive lines. There's only going to be 2 returning starters on the O-line. And Coach Buttermore said the front line's strong, but the second team's what really they got to pick up because it's a little lacking. If there's an injury or a player gets fatigued, they really got to work the second string up to where they can go in smoothly and not have any worries about transitions.
Okay, so if Tri-Valley's at the top of the standings, how do you see the rest of them playing out?
Well, I think Sheridan's going to have a tough time staying towards the top because Philo last year went 6-4, placed 3rd in the league under their first-year head coach Dirk Lincecum. So and they're also bringing back a lot of seniors. They're a very experienced team. I think they're going to be tough. Maysville bringing back a lot of players also, so they're going to be competitive. Crooksville, you never want to sleep on them. I think they'll be a tough team to watch out for. Then last year at the bottom of the standings was New Lexington. I think this year Coach Bill Nutt said they're going to have more speed, so they're going to be a little more competitive. And then quarterback KJ Hook suffered from compartment syndrome last year. It's a rare condition, so he's working to come back from that. So again, interesting storyline down there, but I think it's really going to all come down to the Scotties this year.
Okay, well, we'll see how it all shakes out this season in the MVL, but it's sure to be entertaining to say the least. We look forward to hearing from you all season long. Good stuff, Glenn.
Thanks.
For even more coverage and all the conferences we